The message that women of color we got since we were little girls, is it's something about our profile, our skin color, our accent, our hair texture, something about our body shape, kind of, has taken us out of the running. My name's Aimee Allison. I'm the founder and president of She the People. She the People was founded on the premise that the most, ignored, fastest growing, most politically and civically oriented group of people in this country, women of color, hold the key to the future of America. That is, if we elevate the voice and power of women of color, together we can lead this country into a new political and cultural era. Here's what America's facing right now. It's facing, in my view, three threats that combined might signal the end of democracy as we know it in the country. The first is that we have a fast diversifying electorate in which people of color and women of color are becoming a significant portion or the majority of the populations in many states, my home state, California included, and they're not represented in government. And so our voices, our perspective, our lived experience are not translated into policy. The second thing that's happening is we have regressive, anti-democratic forces that have been making it harder and harder for people to exercise their basic citizenship rights. Right to vote, right to freely assemble, right to have abortions and other kinds of hard-won freedoms that Americans have. The third, what I think is a tremendous threat in this country, is we have growing inequality. We have a situation where entire communities are not able to live with dignity, to have housing and to have health care. And this reality, which Americans would also often point at happening in some other country, is happening at home. She the People was founded on the dream that American democracy, even as flawed as it was from its very beginning, some 250 years ago, could evolve, could grow and change into a multiracial democracy in which everyone is treated with dignity and everyone has a voice. And what we say is, your hair texture, your skin tone, the way you hold yourself, your accent, where you come from, qualifies you in the America of now for leadership. Since starting the organization, She the People has helped, in our way, through storytelling and narrative, open up the imagination for some historic the kinds of candidates to ultimately be elected, where we're telling the story of why it's important to have Native women in Congress. We're telling the story of why it's important to have Black women in Senate. We tell the story of why it's important to have South Asians in the White House. We tell that story by seeing a group of people like women of color who are so critical to the future of the country. By trusting and following leadership, which looks different, it feels different, has different results, we can start to have so much more optimism about this country.